I got the moves. I got the moves. I'm making moves. You gotta move. You gotta make the city move. Like, whoa. I make the city move. I got the move.
The NBA season is right around the corner, and this season is starting to look like it might be one of the best in years. With all the insane moves this off-season and every competing team seeming pretty even, it's very hard to predict who will win the championship. Another award that's pretty hard to predict is the most improved player, because there are just so many players that could win the award. I've already predicted my most improved player, but today I wanted to shine a light on different players who could take the award or compete for it. These players have been labelled as busts, even though it's very early on in their careers, but I think this season they can turn their careers around and prove everyone wrong. I'll be going over 3 of them in today's video. If you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content. But with that being said, let's get right into this top 3.
Lucas.
Number 1, Markelle Fultz. Markelle Fultz has had a very unique career so far, to say the least. After having a great college season and being drafted first overall, everything has seemingly gone downhill for him in a very drastic way. I won't go over everything because it's a very long list and there are hundreds of videos on it on YouTube, but to keep it short, Fultz has had some peculiar injuries and has never seemed to be able to bounce back from them. As a number 1 overall pick and a guy that was meant to complete the process, Fultz has turned out nothing like he was predicted, so for that reason to many, he is a bust. However, that could change this season. Markelle Fultz has had a very good preseason so far for his standards. No, he may not be lighting up the box score, nor is he really dominating on the court, but he's playing well and with confidence. His shot seems to be back on track, as we've seen from those workout videos, and again, he's looked very promising in the preseason. In the lead up to the regular season, Fultz has been averaging 7 points, 4.4 assists, and 2 steals on pretty poor efficiency, but you can't deny he's had flashes of brilliance. He's had many highlight plays, and overall has shown a ton of promise. To me and to many others, there's a good vibe around Fultz, and I believe he will have a bounce back season this season. If I was to predict his stat line, I think maybe 8 to 12 points per game, 5 assists and a bit under 2 steals a night. That would be impressive for me as a bounce back season. Again, I'm not expecting any all-star performances anytime soon, but if he can at least prove he's a decent player and is on the right track, that should be enough for me to say he's had a bounce back year, and I truly believe he can do it. Number 2, Alonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball's biggest reason as to why he is known as a bust to many is due to him being extremely overhyped. Going into the draft, the media was going insane over Lonzo and his family, with LeVar making irrational remarks about his boy. This would end up kind of being the downfall for Lonzo, as after getting hyped up to be one of the greatest players ever, the bubble burst hard and Lonzo had a pretty average rookie year. Many gave up on Lonzo after that, and his last season didn't help anything at all, as he pretty much just regressed. Obviously, this is most likely due to the inclusion of LeBron on the roster, but at the end of the day, Lonzo has been a pretty big disappointment so far. However, that could change this upcoming season. Lonzo is in a new environment in New Orleans, and many have him winning Most Improved Player this year because of the new opportunity presenting itself to Lonzo, and I can't say I disagree with that opinion. Also, in the off-season, Lonzo majorly improved his shot and presented it in the preseason, and so far, it's looking much better than last season. So this is a major bonus for the Pelicans as they head into the season, with Zoe potentially starting. Overall, this is a perfect opportunity for him to take control of his career out of the spotlight and negative media drama of LA. He could very easily have an all-star caliber season and potentially even take home the Most Improved Player award. My only problem with him right now is whether he can stay consistent. I've noticed in the preseason so far that he has had some good games and then a poor one, and that was a big trend last year and in his rookie season as well. So if he can just find a way to maintain momentum and really have a sloppy 2 for 10 game or something like that, he may just have enough to take home the most improved player next season. If I had to predict a stat line for Lonzo, I'd say around 15 points per game, 8 to 9 assists per game, and a steal or 2 as well. It's going to be a very, very exciting year for Pelicans fans, because if the preseason proved anything, the Zion-Lonzo combo is going to be absolutely insane. Number 3, Jonathan Isaac. You may be a bit confused to see Jonathan Isaac on here, but I understand. Compared to Alonzo Ball and Markelle Fultz, the bust jeers towards Isaac have been nowhere near as heavy. But that doesn't mean he hasn't received any hate, and this also doesn't mean he's had any successful seasons. Over his first 2 years in the NBA, he's only averaged 8.5 points and 5 rebounds on average efficiency. To say the least, he's been nothing special. But with that being said, he does have a pretty big chance to improve this season. I personally believe Isaac can take a major step in his game and become a solid contributor for the Magic this upcoming season. If he and Gordon can develop into a mini dynamic duo, they could become an underrated threat in the playoffs this upcoming season, if they make it, which I believe they definitely can. This offseason, Isaac has reportedly bulked up a ton, which means he can be a dominant rebound and good big man. He's also reportedly improved his shot over the summer as well, which will be a big improvement to his overall game. In his box score averages, he only averages 32% from 3 last season, but post All-Star break, he averaged 38%, so that's a sign of what's to come. Overall, I hope the Magic give Isaac more minutes because he has a ton of potential. I see him averaging up to 15 points and 8 rebounds this season on good efficiency, if, of course, he can take the next big step in his game. He is promising. But that will conclude the top 3. What do you guys think of this? Do you think these so-called busts will have a bounce back year, or will they continue to disappoint? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.